I'm with Micheal, and we're going to take a look at his solar system here at Been a While. And we're not at the bin, we're at the RV, obviously. And we're going to take a look at this and see what he's done. And maybe you can learn from it too. So take us away, Micheal.
I appreciate that. Well, we bought the RV a little over a year ago, and knowing when we started that we wanted to do a lot of boondocking, my concern was that we have an electric system for a backup when we couldn't plug into shore power. And that meant putting in something solar. Obviously, you can always use a generator, and that serves a purpose to a degree, except when you're in a place where they don't allow them. Then we're left with no TV, no air conditioning, etc., etc. And Lisa was pretty adamant about, yes, she'd love to do this RV thing, but not without TV, internet, and air conditioning. Air conditioning being the most important part of that.
Sounds like my wife, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I went to work.
And me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah. Air conditioning is kind of important.
It is nice.
So I went to work not knowing where to start.
Mm-hmm.
I started working the internet, YouTube thing. What do you do when you don't know what to do? And what questions do you ask when you don't know how much you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I got 5 months worth of education. And I finally decided that the way to start was to decide what you want the system to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed from the system to run air conditioning overnight, have the ability to charge my 12 volt system. Going backwards a little bit, if you don't know anything about RVs, they have two electrical systems. They have a 12 volt house power system for lights, for water pump, for the furnace heater, and they have a 110 volt system for air conditioning and in the outlets for plugging in your TV set or your box fan.
And if you look closely out here, you're not going to find a lot of outlets.
Yeah, true. So
out in this part of the
my
field.
desire was to have a system that would provide 110 volt power to all of the outlets to run air conditioning at least overnight for one air conditioner, and provide enough electricity to recharge the 12 volt system so that I would not need a DC to DC charger. Meaning I don't have to have it hooked up to an alternator on the truck to recharge the batteries.
Okay.
So with that said, the systems that are available are either 12 volt, 24 volt, or 48 volt. The higher the voltage, the smaller the wiring that's necessary, and therefore the cheaper or less expensive it is to install the system. I went with Victron components, and when I installed this, Victron did not offer a 48 volt multi-plus inverter, and I did not want to purchase two of them to do what I needed to do, so I decided to go with 24 volt. And from there, I guess probably what we need to do is just walk through the system and show you what I installed and maybe a little bit of how I installed it.
Excellent, yes. That's awesome.
I was able to complete the wish list. I've got all the Victron components. I've got the two 24 volt batteries. I installed 2,400 watts of PV charger panels on the roof. That's photovoltaic.
See them up there?
Yep, and I have the ability to plug into shore power or my generator, so that if on a day like today when we don't have powerful sun, I can use the generator to recharge.
Nice.
So I guess from here, let me show you what I installed and where it's at.
Love it.
So here in the front bay is where a lot of people put their systems, and I chose not to do that here. I wanted to put it in the basement area for a couple of reasons. The basement is climate controlled from the factory, and that means that anytime the temperature goes below freezing, I won't have to worry about heating the batteries. They're already in a climate controlled environment. Also, I wanted the batteries to be, in as much as they weigh 100 pounds a piece, and there's two of them, I wanted that weight to be as close to the axles as possible. So I dropped down the basement wall and put them all the way inside the utility area as far as I could. In fact, they're right next to the kitchen. So out here, I've got this box is the 12-volt lithium battery that came from the factory. That controls all the 12-volt system. This is the factory installed solar charger, which is not in use at the moment. I have no need of that today, but I do have it still wired. This is a piece of equipment that's not related to solar, but I do have it wired with the wiring here so that I can set it outside, and I have a backup 12-volt charging panel that I can hook up in case I'm boondocking.
Okay.
And I want to show, and I want to throw some extra power into the 12-volt side and take that burden off of the 24-volt system.
Okay.
So that takes this guy, which is also factory installed. This is the AC to DC charger that charges this 12-volt battery. So if you're plugged into shore power, you don't have a solar system, you need to charge this battery. This is the box that Grand Design puts in to do that job. It has a power cord right here that runs up and plugs into the 110 volt side, and that's all factory. I left that in place.
Okay.
So we can go from this little guy. Somebody's going to wonder what this is. This is for the 12-volt refrigerator. Okay. According to the dealer that I bought the RV from, the 12-volt refrigerators are very temperamental about being hit with higher voltage than 12 or 13 volts.
Right.
Lithium has a propensity to go up as high as 14 and a half volts, and they say that will burn the refrigerator up.
Okay.
I don't know whether I have to have it or not.
Safer is better than sorry.
Exactly. So I bought a transformer regulator, rather. I bought a regulator to make sure that the voltage never exceeds 13 and a half volts. And I ran that to the refrigerator so that when my 24-volt system, or so when the lithium system goes over 14 volts, it won't burn my refrigerator up. Okay. So a couple of $100 insurance.
Yep.
So moving around the corner, we've got all the Victron components. I went with Victron for a couple of reasons. They are an industry leader. They're the gold standard in equipment. They're expensive, but they are designed to talk to one another, to be plug and play. The installation was incredibly simple as far as the components were concerned. Yeah. Getting it set up, there were tons and tons of videos on YouTube from people that had the same mindset or train of thought that I did, and that is buy stuff that's well designed and works easy. And I just followed instructions that I found on YouTube.
So you have installed all of this.
Everything,
this whole wall is
absolutely.
Yours.
Okay. The original equipment that came in the RV was a 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch plywood panel with carpeting glued to it, and I cut it there at the corner and here at the corner and installed a 3/4 inch plywood panel in its place, so that I could screw all of this equipment to it and not worry about it coming out and falling down. Right. The multi-plus inverter by itself weighs 40 pounds. Wow. And you can imagine that would not be good if it came loose from a 1/4 inch piece of plywood. Right. So, starting at the beginning over here, top right corner, that is the solar MPPT charger that takes the electricity that's sent from the roof and the solar panels, sends it to the white box, which is a service disconnect or circuit breaker. Okay. From there, the solar comes into this box, which is called a links distributor. That takes all of the power from the shore power pedestal or from my generator and from the solar panels and distributes it to this guy right here. Obviously goes through a kill switch, a fuse. I've got a what's called a smart shunt here that measures the electricity from both the 24-volt batteries and my house battery, so I can stand inside, look at the panel, and I can tell at a glance how much juice I have in the 12-volt side and from the 24-volt side. And then it takes it, the power comes in here from the pedestal, or shore power, and goes out, comes in here from the batteries and then distributes it out to the house side in 110 volt.
Okay.
So in a nutshell, that's all we got there. The batteries are behind that wall, all the way to the front as far as I could get, which is right about here in the center of the rig. So, and then from there,
now, did you have to, how do you access the batteries? Is there another door on the other side?
that's the only real downfall I've got. To access those batteries, I've got to drop that wall down on the floor.
Okay.
Slide it to the side a little bit, and that gives me room to get inside and get to those batteries.
Okay.
And I can show you what that looks like. I've got some pictures of it inside if you
Sure.
want to take a picture, take a shot of those.
Real quick question
Yeah.
that I think might
Sure.
be important here. When you started this project, would you call yourself an electrician at that point, or on a scale of 1 to 10, what was your knowledge of what you've done here?
My knowledge of what I did here was 0, but
Before
as far
you
as
started.
electricity, probably a 6 or maybe a 7.
Okay, so you had a good idea. So
Sure.
if you have no clue whatsoever about electricity, you might want to refer somebody, or you still
Absolutely
think you could do it
would.
yourself?
I would refer somebody if you had 0 knowledge, but if you've got handyman experience, if you're able to take anything apart and fix it and rebuild it, you can do this.
Okay, good.
If I can do it, just about anybody can.
There we go. Is that what Lisa would say?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure she would. She really likes me. So.
I think so. Another consideration that we had when we started that I should have talked about on the very beginning of the film or of the video was cost. It needed to be cost efficient.
Sure. Yeah.
The system, if I didn't have the capability of doing this, would have been, and I had it quoted from a professional, $16,500.
Wow.
Just the batteries were $2,000 a piece. To do it myself,
you built
and
the
I
batteries.
put the batteries together using cells that I purchased from 18650 Battery Store online and with battery management panels or battery BMS system from Overkill Solar. I built my batteries for $1,800 for the pair.
Okay, $1,800 for the pair. And
For the pair, they were $900 a piece.
Wow.
And
huge savings.
Exactly. So altogether, my total out-of-pocket cost was $7,500.
So way less than half.
About half, $16,500
Was the 16,
to
did that include
$7,500.
installation, or was that
Yeah, it was
just
a little more
component?
than half,
Okay.
and that included everything,
Okay.
turnkey job.
Okay.
So my cost included the tools that I had to have. I didn't have large cable cutters.
Right.
I didn't have a hydraulic crimper to put the cables together and the ends on them. So probably a couple $100, $300 of that was tools.
Okay.
But my total cost was $7,500. And then we had the blessing of the federal government's tax credit.
Oh yes.
You get 30 cents on the dollar back in tax credit.
Nice.
So, and the bonus bounty part of that is if you don't use all of the tax credit this year, it carries over to next year.
Oh, nice.
So,
Very good.
yeah, that reduced my cost, my hard cost to $5,200
Wow.
after I took the tax credit.
Do you know if
So-
that tax credit is still in play after
Yes,
the
it
new
is.
bill?
I believe it goes to 2032.
2032. Okay.
I believe. Don't
Okay.
quote me on that. Look up, make sure,
Michael said.
talk to your tax man.
Yeah.
But it's not in. You can't use it as a refund. It's a credit only.
Credit only. Okay.
So if
But
you
still,
don't have enough taxes due to use the entire credit, the balance rolls over to the next year.
Okay.
So,
And I think it's important to say too, real quick, that we're not getting paid, or you're not getting paid for any of the names, companies you're
nope,
throwing out here. This
nope.
is just totally
Just trying to make it easy for somebody to do this. Will
exactly
Prowess, Prowes.
Will Prowess
Will
on YouTube.
Prowess on YouTube is going to be your best source for battery information and how to build one.
Second only to Micheal.
Go to Will.
Go to Will. Okay.
Go to Will. Go to the pros.
Yep.
I just know what I learned, and I only learned what I know because I had to know that, and I stopped.
Right.
I know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah. Well,
But-
it looks like this is phenomenal.
Well,
This
thank
is-
you. I
this
do
is
know.
amazing.
I do know it works, and I'm thrilled with it.
Yeah, seriously.
Let me show you inside.
Yeah.
I got really lucky in that Grand Design put this panel where they did because they allowed me exactly enough to a 32nd of an inch of space to install what they call the Servo GX
It's amazing.
control panel. So I didn't have to drill any holes. I didn't have to move anything. I was really fortunate in that.
Nice.
This is the brains of the system. This causes all of the pieces of equipment to talk to one another. It also
Okay.
gives me the ability to control all of the pieces of equipment from inside. I can open this door and I can see at a glance that I have 86% on the batteries. You can see the lines moving right here. It's charging right now, taking 400 watts from solar,
Okay.
which is all that's available because it's a cloudy day.
Right. What's your peak? I mean, on a really good
On a
Sunday?
really good day, I can get 1,800 to 2,000 watts out of it. That's as
Wow.
much as I've seen.
Man.
That's understanding that the panels are flat and optimally they should be angled.
Okay.
That's understanding that I'm not always directed toward the sun
Right.
at the proper direction. So most I've ever seen was 2,000 watts coming in.
Okay.
But
a lot of
that's,
use.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled. The panels were all new. I put 6 panels on the roof. They were 400 watts apiece. I wired them in a parallel series configuration so that I could get all of the wiring to go into 2 wires, a hot and a negative coming down from the roof. And that said, I was able to take this wall out and this panel out, and that exposed the hollow wall behind where I was able to take the wiring from the original PV panel that was factory installed that I now have as a spare.
Right.
I took it out, used that wiring so that I didn't have to install another wire chase.
Oh, nice.
So the wiring was already there. I didn't have to do anything to it. But while I had this wall out, I was able to take the wires from the basement up and feed them to the Servo GX.
Okay. Okay.
So
nice.
yeah, no new holes in the roof for that. Just the holes that had to come from screwing the panels down.
Man, that's
That
great.
was yeah.
That is
And
great.
it all, because it came down in one piece, went back very nicely. I'm real happy with it.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Seriously.
Let me show you on this.
Okay.
It's important that if you're going to build your own batteries, you put battery management system or BMS on each battery that you install. This is from Overkill Solar, and it tells me at a glance what I've got on each one of the 2 batteries. It operates by Bluetooth.
Nice.
This is battery number 1. I can tell it to go to devices, and it shows battery number 2. I can go to that one, check it as well separately, because I have 2 batteries and 2 BMS.
Okay.
Those came from Overkill Solar. And it's important, too, that I tell you that Overkill Solar, I couldn't believe this guy's warranty, says if you install it wrong and you burn it up, he'll replace it anyway.
No kidding.
In writing.
Man.
He said, you are absolutely guaranteed to not lose your money when you shop there. And I just thought that was thrilling.
That is amazing.
Yeah, U.S. company. I bought my batteries from a U.S. company with a good 1-year warranty on each of the cells. So you don't have to buy them from China.
Right.
And you don't have to have them shipped from overseas. They are available here.
Okay.
And the way this works, I can see here that I've got 86% on the batteries. And it says 86% from the battery management system. So all of the pieces talk to one another.
And agree.
And they agree. And
nice.
if I, let's see, I'm drawing 385 watts that I'm using for 110 volt or alternating current. That's probably my my TV, the computer, the Starlink. But say I make a pot of coffee. You can see the voltage go up right away.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Goes to 1400 watts when I'm brewing coffee.
Wow.
Also, the PV yield, or the solar yield, goes up because it's requiring more. Now I'm feeding more into the batteries, and that's actually what's powering the coffee pot. Same thing on the air conditioning. So,
very cool.
the two 24-volt total of 604 amp hours is enough to run the air conditioning for one air conditioner all night.
All night long.
Well, not all night consistently, but on and
cycling.
off by but the thermostat cycles it on and off. So.
Sure. Yeah.
But we can go to bed with the air conditioner on in the bedroom if we start with a full battery, and we can last all night long with two 24-volt, 304 amp hour batteries.
Nice.
608 amp hours if you combine the two. Also, if I'm plugged into, say, you have an outlet that only has 20 amps. Let me go and plug. Well, you're welcome to walk with me. Let's do this.
Okay.
Let's turn the generator on.
Okay.
And then I can show you the power assist feature.
All right.
Okay. Plugged into the trailer. Now when we go in, we'll be able to see that we're drawing power after it makes the switch. We're drawing power from the grid, which is what the generator is.
Right. It's the on-grid, off-grid.
Yep.
Okay.
So now we're drawing 300 watts of power from the grid. It's taken over and it's not charging anything with the solar.
Okay.
And at 86%, I've reduced the power consumption necessary on the battery, so everything is slowed down and it's trickle charging.
Okay.
So now if I turn the air conditioner on, I've got it set to 68. So there we go. The air conditioner comes on, 1300 watts. Now we're pulling a little more from solar. We're pulling 1300 from the grid. But watch what happens if I decide to go to settings, power assist. Let's go to devices, multiplus, state, absorption chart, 50 amps. Let's go to 15 amps and set it. Now let's go back. To overview, and now you can see we're pulling 1400 watts for the air conditioner, but I'm only drawing 980 from the grid. Because I've told it you only have 20 amps. That's all I'm going to pull from your power bank on your on the side of your house.
Okay.
The rest of it is coming from the battery. So you can see that we are charging the batteries. We're also assisting, see the line going up, and then it's going out to the AC loads.
So that to me is impressive that you can do both. You can pull it from the grid and the solar batteries.
Exactly.
Solar powered batteries at the same time.
So which is to say, if I want to run both air conditioners with the generator going, I can run both ACs and I can stay off grid perpetually.
Yeah.
So,
As long as you have gas, right?
as long as I have gasoline for the
Yeah.
generator, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Very
Lisa
nice.
will be, and Lisa's happy with being off grid that long.
Yeah, yeah.
She may want to go someplace with hookups so she can do laundry.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, eventually you get to that point, don't you?
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, very nice. Oh, did you want to take a quick look up on top? did you
Sure,
say?
absolutely.
Okay, let's do that real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this the original panel?
The original
Yeah, I can grab
panel. The original panel is in the front basement, and
Oh,
it's
that's right.
and it's in reserve to charge the 12-volt system and take that burden off the 24-volt system. All of these panels were purchased new, and I spent a lot of time figuring out how to be frugal in this installation.
Yeah.
You can spend as little or as much as you want on brackets to hold these things to the roof.
Yeah.
If you look, that's just a piece of aluminum angle iron that I cut, 3 inches by 3 inches by 3 inches. I made my own brackets.
Nice.
So, lap sealant to keep the roof sealed. They've
Right.
given me absolutely zero trouble. I chose to go with 400-watt panels because it only required 6.
Uh-huh.
I knew I wanted to get around 2400 watts. In order to get a 400-watt panel, it has to be this big.
Right.
And they all have to match. So I was married to this weird configuration and layout rather than using smaller wattage panels.
Uh-huh.
I looked at the installations on the YouTube videos, and most of them were laid out in nice, pretty, straight rows, and they had 15 or 20 panels on
Yeah.
both sides lined up, and the roof's maximized, and any guy who wants to build it bigger.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted as much as I could get, and no matter how many times I tried it, the way it laid out to get straight runs all the way up,
Uh-huh.
it was going to cost me 3 times more because of the quantity of panels.
Oh, sure. Wow.
So I bit the bullet and decided to do it this way with just 6 and doing
Yeah.
it larger. And
Oh, yeah.
that it works.
There's not too many people that are looking at your roof down. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's really, that's about it.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. This is a great little tour. And just a quick question: is that a soft start AC or is that a?
Both of them.
Both of them are soft
And,
starts.
yeah,
so that
you just-
helps.
Yeah, pull the cover off and wire them in. It takes about 20 minutes.
All right.
I don't recall what company I bought them from, but they were a couple of $100 a piece.
Okay. Excellent.
And again, I don't know that it's really necessary that I have them, but insurance.
Insurance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well
Yeah.
worth it.
Let me show you the inside. I've got those pictures that I told you about that you
Oh,
can
yeah,
put on
that's right.
here.
Okay.
I'll try to navigate to those shots as quick as I
Okay.
can. Every picture you see I took, or my wife did.
Yeah. These guys are not only electricians but amateur photographers.
Yeah, as you could tell by the shirt.
Walk softly, carry a big lens. I love it.
I told you the other day about the damage to the top of the roof.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Oh.
Space about that big.
Somebody decided to back you into a tree.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah. Following his directions, he guided me right into a big
Oh goodness.
big tree limb.
Man. Inside of the wall where the wiring was run.
And down view of that. It actually goes through the floor and right there into the basement area.
Okay.
Right.
And how much of this wiring is new?
That's all factory.
100% factory.
100%
Very nice.
factory. That was the beauty of doing it with the original wiring that came down from the roof.
Yep.
The reason that I pulled that panel down was so that I could pull wiring up through the floor and go through a hole into that cabinet for the Servo GX.
Okay. Now, is the Grand Design, does that come factory with the solar?
It comes
what
with
I mean
this
is
single
that,
panel.
is that standard or is
It
it
is now.
an add-on? Okay, it is standard. now.
As of 2022, they started putting them on standard.
So if you get a Grand Design, it's
You should have something like this.
Okay.
Yes. I pulled all of these. I pulled all of this stuff open because I originally thought I was going to have to pull new wire from the roof, put another opening in the roof, And the more I thought about it, the later on in the design, I decided to switch and use the existing wiring. So
Okay.
this didn't really have to be done, but it made the installation of the Serbo GX much cleaner.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
that is because there's the original wiring. Whoops! Oh, well, basement. Here's the panel that the Victron equipment is attached to, pulled down, and the area right there is where the batteries are now sitting.
Okay.
The wire coming in from the pedestal or the
Generator.
grid
Good.
goes through a power watchdog, which a lot of people use plugged into the pedestal. I decided to put one inside
Oh,
and mount it
okay.
permanently.
Sure.
Comes from there.
Keep it out of the weather and everything.
Right. Comes from there, goes to a junction box on the floor that's out of sight, and then runs into the Victron MultiPlus 3000 watt inverter.
Okay.
Then from the inverter runs back to the junction box that's located underneath the kitchen cabinet.
Okay.
So these plumbing lines that you see, 1, 2, and a third one that's out of view right there behind that big sewer pipe,
Mm-hmm.
I cut those out so that I could get in and have access to that back wall. I'm going
Sure.
to go one more picture, 2 more pictures back.
Okay.
Here's the Serbo GX. I
Mhm.
drilled that hole
Mm-hmm.
and ran the wiring back to the bathroom where there was already a hole in the wall because they needed access to wire up the control panel.
Okay.
So I was able to use Grand Design openings everywhere
Nice.
I went.
Nice.
The only hole I had to drill was that one for the Serbo GX.
Now you talked about the Will Prowess videos.
Mm-hmm.
Was he working on a grand design? Or-
No, no.
So you were able to
He was-
apply his content to what you were doing
Exactly.
in this rig.
Exactly.
Okay. Nice.
And there's the hole that was already there from Grand Design.
Your hole was a lot cleaner.
Yes. Well, they didn't think
Obviously-
anybody was ever going to see
Yeah,
it.
obviously that's hidden. Yeah.
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 So
Wow.
just additional wiring that I had to put in.
Mm-hmm.
There's that drain pipe that I was
Sure.
telling you about. That comes from the kitchen sink.
Okay. So it's kind of important to go ahead and close that off once you're done. I
They're all
assume?
put back with unions, yes.
Yeah.
That way, if I ever have to get back in there again, I didn't hard glue them. I used
Oh, okay.
hand tighten unions
Oh, okay.
to put them back in.
Sure. Okay.
So,
do you ever check them just to make sure they're still tight, or I guess that would take a little activity to.
I would have to pull that wall
Have to
down
pull
to
that
do.
wall down.
I would have to pull that wall
Yeah.
down to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Somewhere in here, I've got pictures of the batteries after they were installed. I'm hoping to. There we go. I chose not to put external covers on the batteries. They are bolted to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Will says in his videos and most of the other ones that I've seen where they discuss building batteries out of cells that they should be compressed.
Mm-hmm.
If you squeeze them together and put pressure on them, they last longer and they don't expand and bloat.
Really? Okay.
So those are stainless steel plates with stainless steel rods and nuts and bolts put on them
Uh-huh.
that squeeze the cells
Okay.
laterally. And then I also bolted from the stainless steel end panels. I put L brackets on that you can't see because of the drain.
Sure.
Right behind that and out of sight is an L bracket that bolts the entire system to the floor,
Okay.
so they can't bounce around.
Right.
But you see,
So
from
did you-
here to here is one battery, and from here to here is a battery, and they're both 24 volts, wired together,
Okay.
304 amp hours each, 608 amp hours total.
Did you make that design with the compression, or that was a?
Yes, I did that myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you made it up
I
essentially.
worked.
I don't
for
want
a-
to say made it up.
Yeah.
That's the wrong.
I was fortunate to work for Refractory Anchors, and we built stainless steel components.
Okay.
And I was able to buy the plates and have them design the size, or I designed it, but they laid it out,
Nice.
punched the holes for me, handed me the finished components based on what I said I needed,
Nice.
and I paid cost.
Wow.
So, it would have, I
Sorry.
spent $15 on that. Somebody that wants to do that with 1, 2, 3, 4 end plates and the stainless all thread bolts, you're probably going to spend 35 or 40.
Okay.
You know, it's not huge, but
Yeah.
I only go into that rabbit hole because you asked.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
No,
So,
that's great.
but if you're interested and you have a grand design and you want to know what that is, there's your toilet directly above that. It's the drain from the toilet. This is the drain line from the kitchen sink. This is the drain line right here from your shower. This is the drain from your bathroom sink. This is the drain line that goes to the vent that goes up through the roof. And every item that is drained out of there vents through that one pipe, your toilet and every sink.
Wow.
And this is the drain line that goes to your washer dryer connections in the master bedroom.
Okay.
This is the furnace. And this, you can't see much of it, but the piece of machinery attached to that is the on-demand water heater that you never run out of hot water.
Oh, very nice. Oh, so
So-
it's on demand in this one. Nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
337 RLS.
Is that standard nowadays in
I
a lot
haven't
of
seen.
rigs? Or?
I haven't seen one come with a gas electric 12-gallon water heater in forever. So
Okay. So
I would say it's pretty much standard. But,
okay. Shows how far behind I am.
yeah, of course, I guess you can order anything you want.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
So that's what it looks like in a base pivot of 337.
Great.
So
Love it. Well, Michael, I appreciate your time.
been my
Lisa,
pleasure.
appreciate you and being willing to share Michael with me. And glad you guys are here. And we'll call it on this one.
I hope it didn't run too long.
Nope, it's great. Thanks so much.
You bet.